Hey guys, it's Aaron with Illini Tactical. I hope you're all doing well. I'm currently driving home from a class I took at Tactical Response in Camden, Tennessee. I took their fighting pistol and immediate action medical classes. This is going to be some quick thoughts on the immediate action medical class. If you want to see my quick thoughts on the fighting pistol class, that's going to be in a separate video, and I'll link that in the description box below. So I wanted to take the medical class for a couple reasons. Obviously, as you guys know, I teach concealed carry classes, but I also I run the Bloomington IDPA. If you want more information about IDPA, just go to either idpa.com or bloomingtonidpa.com. And you can find out more about what IDPA is all about and what we do. I've been wanting to do some medical training for a while because I thought, what if one of my students, for hopefully not, accidentally shot themselves, shot someone else, and same in competition. What if one of my competitors accidentally shot themselves, shot someone else? I didn't know if anyone in the crowd, anyone around us would have the right medical training to deal with that and to potentially save a life. So I decided to do this class in hopes that I would gain those skills so I could help someone survive that kind of trauma. I went into the class, I was debating, do I build a trauma kit before or after I take this class? I decided to wait until after I took the class to build out my trauma kit. Tactical Response sells what they call the VOC, V-O-K, Ventilated Operators Kit. It's I think it's $45 or $50 plus shipping, and it includes, and we got one as part of the class for practice, and inside of that kit is a TK4 tourniquet, some H&H gauze, an H bandage, a decompression needle, some alcohol swabs, a NPA, nasal pharyngeal airway, plus lubricants for that, pressure bandage, alcohol swabs, some safety pins, and I think there's one other thing in there, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I'm really glad I took this class, and I'm really glad I waited until after I took the class to build out my trauma kit. We talk a little bit about getting medical training in our concealed carry class, and not having been in any other classes on this, I would say that the Tactical Response Immediate Action Medical class is top-notch. The instructor, Calvin, and the Dave Biggers Experience, you'll know why they call him that when you meet Dave Biggers if you go down there, and Jordan, they were fantastic instructors. The first thing we did was we covered, they assume that you're getting this trauma as part of a gunfight. So they cover the first thing you do, what should you do, and that is address the bad guys. You have to assess the threats around you before you give either yourself aid or you give others aid. You have to be safe about it. They teach you to always look out for number one, and that's you. If you are unable to give aid to someone else, then you're worse off. You have the worst situation possible. So protect yourself first, and that way when the threat is over or the situation is now safe, then you can give aid to those who need it. We ran through several scenarios on using the tourniquet, using the right dressings, using the pressure bandages, and what to do if for whatever reason we don't have a tourniquet, if we don't have a bandage. They say a lot in class, you only have what you have, so you have to use it wisely. And to that end, we did do a lot of triaging. So if you have a spurting blood wound out of the neck, obviously you treat that first before a slow blood loss out of the leg. And they discussed the differences and all that. We also learned how to triage multiple patients. So we had a scenario where there was maybe 3 or 4 people who were injured, and you have to go through and assess each one of them to see who needs your aid first. In some cases, it was a guy who, he just had some glass in his leg. It was superficial bleeding. We move on to the next guy who has a spurting wound. I did learn quite a bit. There were several scenarios that really put you under pressure. They set up scenarios that you might see in real life. You have to tell someone to call 911. This is what you tell 911. This is what you tell 911 if there's an active shooter still on the scene and you're trying to give aid. They put you under stress by simulating a blood spurt. So for whatever reason, maybe a dressing comes loose, or you're just getting there and the wound is spurting. You know, you'll get shot with some. They use water and from a squirt bottle, but you'll get shot with that in the face, and you're expected to deal with that and put pressure on that to hold it back while you attend to your patient or your victim, or the victim, not your victim. The facilities themselves are fantastic. We did use the shoot house. Tactical Response has an on-site shoot house, and that creates a little bit more realism in the scenarios. If you're going to Tactical Response, I say this in some of my other videos, do not Google Tactical Response and expect Google Maps to get you there. Google Maps is fantastic. You have to Google the actual address of Tactical Response. Just one of those weird things that Google does, one of those little quirks. If you use Apple Maps, don't. Apple Maps does not work whatsoever in Camden, Tennessee, nor does it work anywhere else in the country for that matter. So be sure to Google, when you show up for class, Google Maps and type in the actual address. Do not type in Tactical Response. And that address is available on their website, tacticalresponse.com. Overall, it was a fantastic class. I would definitely recommend taking it. Even non-gun people, but people who may need to know what to do in an auto accident with traumatic blood loss or severe blood loss, they would need to know what to do. I recommend this for everyone. They do mix in some elements of the fighting pistol. It is part of their trifecta of fighting pistol, immediate action medical, and the fight. It's the middle class in between the two. And the fight is where fighting pistol and immediate action medical all come together. Go to tacticalresponse.com, take a look at the things you're going to need for the class. It's not a whole lot. If you can, they do offer, you can stay for free in the team room. I have another video kind of walking through the team room. I'll put a link to that below as well. If you have any questions about my experiences, I'm going to write up a full review, and I'll put that on the blog as well. These are just kind of my first initial thoughts. So if you guys have any questions about Tactical Response, immediate action medical, fighting pistol, the team room, or Illini Tactical in general, feel free to post a comment below or shoot me an email, IlliniTactical@gmail.com. Thanks guys, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you got something out of this video.